I completed my mandatory military service, and I would like to share a story from my time in service. In a military camp, people in the same company would learn together and attend classes together and sleep in the same building. There were 97 people in our company. Our company was divided into 3 platoons, and each platoon was further divided into 3 squads, making a total of 9 squads. One day, our platoon leader organized a rifle assembly competition. The winning squad could order drinks. Well, ordering drinks doesn't seem to be an attractive price elsewhere, but in the Army, especially for us seamen, receiving drinks from outside the camp was really rewarding. Before the competition began, we had 10 minutes of preparation. 2 people in our squad were skilled at assembling rifles. Competing against each other, finally, we selected David as our contestant. David has had an additional 3 minutes to practice. As he was practicing assembling rifles, I noticed something unusual. I noticed that his eyes were closed, yet he seemed confident and well prepared for the contest. The preparation time ended, and the competition began. I believe it was the time for David to shine. Ready, set, go. Pop, pop, cut, cut, cut. The audience sat in silence at the back, with the only sound being the assembly of rifles. The competition lasted for about 30 seconds, but David had finished assembling his rifle. Our squad members were extremely excited. We didn't shout out as it's not acceptable, but we expressed our joy by clenching our fists and giving each other high fives. After all the contestants finished assembling their rifles, the platoon leader checked if everything was done properly. And since all the rifles were assembled correctly, it was confirmed that we are the winning squad. I was curious why David could assemble his rifles so quickly, and I was curious why he could close his eyes during practice. Approaching David, I asked, "Hey David, what's your tips for assembling rifles, and why did you close your eyes during practice?" David smiled and replied, "From the Army's notes, you can see different steps for assembling the rifle. Following a specific order, like attaching the charging handle, bolt carrier, and covering it with the dust cover, makes the process smooth. You don't need to remember every word. Just extract the key points." Well, all the contestants were likely to be familiar with the steps. Mastering rifle assembly requires more. Identify the parts quickly. That's why I closed my eyes, so I could be so familiar that I could assemble my rifle without looking. Knowing the steps well, I stayed calm while assembling. David excelled not only in rifle assembly, but also in expressing thoughts and money management. To me, he excelled in a lot of things. During my service, my bed was above David's bed. And every morning, around 5 a.m., when I got off my bed, I could see the quilt neatly folded on his back. A person who could assemble rifles with his eyes closed undoubtedly started his day with this task perfectly done. The ninth commander of the United States Special Operations Command once said, if you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. His name is William McRaven, I believe. No one knows him. But life sometimes feels like a mess. And you just need to start with the little things, like making your bed. By completing more tasks, you will be more familiar with those obstacles, and your life will be back on track. And success will follow, just like David and General McRaven. Back to contest, Jim.
Thank you, Chair.